Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Frost and Fire. Last episode, we protected the reactor for about 3 more days, or maybe 2 and change. We had multiple raids come in. We had a scattered mechanoid raid, which we cleaned up very quickly, and a Reaper raid, which fought a lot of the mechanoids. So they sort of canceled each other out and left us having to defend very little. I did get a little reminder from Travis that the Bulkheads Trader has advanced components, so let me go buy those. It would be a waste not to. Because of how easy the first 3 and some change days have been, I think that the amount of steel that we have will be sufficient unless things burn down particularly bad. I hope that isn't the case. I'm also actually going to buy the regular components as well. But they should land over here, yes, because my roof was covered. So let me go haul them immediately so they don't get destroyed. For all of you that watch on YouTube, I also wanted to let you know that some ideology series are on the horizon. You know, nothing like shilling out some of my other content. So I'll be streaming ideology every day this week, except for today, of course, because it's not out. Every day this week and probably next week as well, except for Sundays. So if you are interested in Twitch streams, it will be from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the US. And if you're curious when that is, Rhadamant.com has my countdown timers to upcoming streams that I keep up to date. Also, the channel banners of Twitch and of YouTube have my schedules as well. So back to what we were doing. We are shredding a whole lot of the Reaper corpses, and we are hauling the Centipede corpses. They also net some beautiful plasteel. We have the traps ready to rearm, where they won't explode on one another. I might even make some more traps, I'm not sure. Phoenix, major brick risk. Pain and corpses. Yeah, that's not a good combo. I think what I'm going to do for Mr. Phoenix here, tolerance, I'm going to send him home for a lavish meal and possibly some extra beer and tea, as the addiction risk for tea and beer is pretty low. I don't want anyone to have a mental break during the reactor raids. That is quite possibly worst case scenario. Here, JD is eating without a table. Let me prevent you from causing war crimes. Raptor's sitting on the throne, trying to regain all of his psi focus. Another thing to note is I don't have a lot of the reactor research done, not yet at least. So I'm gonna have to glue Raptor's butt to my research bench if I want him to get more stuff done. Oh, another thing that will be helpful is just Phoenix standing near Raptor, because of course the psychic harmony is going to be of great benefit. So let's have him do much drug. I want to avoid smoke leaf, of course, because it has such harsh penalties, unless I think they're going to go berserk, but in this case we're fine. Mood is going to go flying upwards. I hacked this horseshoe pin so that we use it at the door. Kind of cheese hacking. Well, not really. I mean, right? You can always block interaction spots. All right. And again, more of my guys trying to war crime themselves with eating without tables. Typically the characters only look around a 25 cell radius, I think it is. I forget. I don't have it memorized, but something like that. In order to find a table. So if you really wanted to make sure that they never ate without a table, you would have tables every 25 or every 49 cells or whatever, so that in any direction there's a table within range. I think personally, I think that often it is a waste, because the benefits of having an unbelievably impressive dining room once in a while will easily outweigh the 8 without a table. So I get a +7 when I eat here. Whereas if I had just tables everywhere, I wouldn't be getting that +7 very often. So There is a bit of a bug, and I'm not sure if it's patched yet, for 1.3 where characters stop having meals on them. It's actually one of the advantages, I would say, of nutrient-paced meals, because one of the reasons why characters will eat without tables is because they obviously carry around meals on them at all times, and then they decide to eat it whenever they want, which is obviously the cause of eating without a table, because all of a sudden they'll be way on the other side of the map, they'll decide that they're hungry, and they'll eat without a table. Now, if they don't haul meals, because normally nutrient-paced meals can't be hauled unless you pre-make them like I did, you end up with a scenario where they will always go to the nutrient paste dispenser and then pick the best meal spot around, which tends to be your dining room. The disadvantage of that is that people can be very hungry because they have to travel very far for a meal. But the advantage, of course, is that you always get the benefit of the nutrient paste meals, which honestly, you know, can outweigh the penalties of A, eating it in the first place, and B, eating without a table. It's one of the things I wish that RimWorld in default would do. Next patch in 1.3, you will be able to decide whether or not characters carry around medicine with them at all times. And I wish that we were given the option to decide whether or not we carry meals as well. But I don't, as far as I could tell, that has not been made an option. So, Randy, where are my raids? My viewers are wondering why I exalted Frost and Fire being a tough scenario, and it still is, even without the raids, but without the raids, it's a little embarrassing that I haven't been smushed into the ground yet. I don't usually use Phoenix Armor. I do think that Phoenix Armor was the right call for the temperature that we're in. Another thing that I'm sort of curious about, stats, movement speed, move speed, there it is. Yes, so 4.4 is the default. The slowest person here moves at 4.75, which is enough to outpace Scythers and the like. So that's what's important, is that you can always outrun the big scary enemies that are going to chop you to bits. Pretty soon here, I think the Orion will leave us. Yo, 7. No, another week. Never mind, I take that back. Thought it was sooner than that. Given the law of averages, I think we're due for a raid any moment now. I should start stealing myself for that. My guys here are just hauling. I like how I've just left the defoliator. I guess it really doesn't matter. But I'm still hauling slag. Oh, here we are. Mech hive scattered. Boy, did I ever call that. The reason I called that is I'm just looking at the frequency of raids, and there seems to be, this is like reactor raid frequency, where this is not reactor raid frequency, right? Like the gaps between the raids prior can be spacious, and then the reactor raids is like bing, 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 right? So, where are we getting drops? So animals, everybody get inside. There's clearly a drop right here. Unfortunately, for whatever mech this is, they are going to get absolutely blasted into smithereens. There are 2 mechs in the kill box. And I'm showing no mercy. Before I dismiss this, let's look at them all. So 1 west, 2 north. That might cause Storbeck some hassle. There's 2 mechs actually sort of in Storbeck's way. So Storbeck might have to use his jetpack to get clear because he's relatively surrounded. There's 3 in the north, east. There's 2 here, 3 here, 2 here, 1 in the monument square. And then 1 just outside my walls. 2 southeast near the defoliator. And oddly, none hard south. There's not a single one to the hard south. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is... God, this looks like it's a Maverick, but it's Raptor underneath Maverick. I'm going to have to focus most on Storbeck to get him clear of these mechs. It also depends on the kind of mechs they are. I'm going to take a big risk and go next to this drop pod. And then jump again. Now, this one will cut me off from the door. But the mechanoids should be popping out of their... out from hiding. Here they go. So, Centipede. Lancer. Okay, so Lancer is going to die real fast. And then another Centipede. So, the Centipedes I'm going to have to focus on. Near Storbeck is a bunch of Centipedes. It actually mostly looks like Centipedes. Which is okay. So, Storbeck is going to go into this door. And try to juke the mechanoids that are following him. So this Lancer's dead. And everybody but Storbeck is going to move here from the south to get more shots on the Centipede. But I think this Centipede is going to perish very, very quickly because there's just a lot of gunfire on it. Raptor and Bash. With the Raptor, the question is, are there enemies clustered together to make use of Berserk? And I don't think that there are. Phoenix, I'm going to have you go south as well. Now that the little Lancer that landed in my entryway is dead, I can turn those off. All right, one down. These autocannons can turn off. Leth is... Okay, this one's down too. I'm going to turn all of my kill box off. Everybody except for Storbeck is going to rally to the kill box. And Storbeck here should be able to juke all mechanoids by going this way. Because this Centipede and Lancer is going to miss it. Yep. 'Tis missed. So now all that we have to do is murder the mechanoids that are coming in. And Raptor, I would like for you to try to drop Berserks on the larger ones. And then what I'm going to do is... let's try to turn everything off. Bash... And the shooters, Bash is going to offer himself up a bit of a target because he has a shield belt. Same with Phoenix. And then we will shoot the smaller ones down really, really, really fast. So I'm going to hide back here. Oh, that should be off. No, that doesn't even have arms anymore. And it's dead. Reset. Alright, Raptor, Berserk. It's too late. Oh well. Storbeck is inside. I'm going to schedule everybody to stay inside. Storbeck has a bit of a mood penalty here from seeing all those Reaper corpses, and I'm going to let him R&R. Okay, so the Berserk's working. It's just not working the way I wanted. Oh, Phoenix was too fast. I wanted these mechs to break perimeter. And dead. Alright, so the next ones coming in are larger mechanoids. That's important to note. But I think what I'm going to do is do some more Berserks, slow them down. So, Centipedes. For Centipedes, I think I'm going to tuck everybody back and use the autocannon turrets. Might as well use the steel that I have. All right, now I've berserked the centipede, and there's more centipedes coming in, so it's important not to use up all of Raptor's psi focus if I can. And there's another scattered mech shower. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Randy. So there are 2 inside my north border. I'm gonna pause just a second. 2 in the south, 3 in the south, 1 right outside the entryway, a few up north. The only ones I really care about are the ones breaching perimeter, and it would be these 2. So what I'm gonna do is I don't want this centipede to set so much on fire. Hippie, I'm gonna have you fall back and use berserk. I don't know what these are, of course. Oh, that plasteel mini turret's already on. So there's 3 plasteel mini turrets covering this area. Well, 4 if you count that one, but it doesn't really have line of sight. So Hippie is going to reset, and then she has berserk. And then what I'm going to have Bash do... Here, Hippie go north. Oh, they're both centipedes. Okay, it's a little sketchy. So this centipede is going to come around. Ooh, good. Now it's definitely going to set some stuff on fire. So what I wanted to do is try to get an EMP on it first. My shooters here in this scenario are too endangered. I'm going to have them basically sit out because of friendly fire. And I'll check on Hippie in a second. So I'm trying to draw these centipedes over to the same area so that I can hit berserks with them and have that work. All right, so that centipede is getting shredded. Phoenix took a headbutt or something. All right, Hippie, berserk that, and turn that turret off. Bash's shield belt is gone, as is Phoenix's. I'm going to have them break north and south. I'm going to have the rest of my shooters come in, and Raptor's going to continue berserking the things out front, getting them to fight one another. Oh, you were supposed to go north. Now, the chance of me getting set on fire by the centipedes is really low because the flame resistance of the armor that I have is really high. So it looks like he only got 1 shot off, which is ideal. I'm going to get JD and Gabe to enter. And my shooters are going to actually switch doors so they don't get accidental friendly fire. Raptor here is out of berserks. But these centipedes had previously been pitted against one another. I think what I'm going to do here is change doors so I have a better view. And, oh, that one's damaged. Turn another, oh, these are steel. Oh, that's plasteel, but this one's steel. Maybe this mini turret to keep it stationary. All right, my heat is too high for me to berserk. Oh, no, here we go. Perfect timing. Unfortunately, they fatally damaged that one before I could get into the area. All right, have those fight one another. My shooters are having a hard time getting a line of sight, so I'm going to fix that. Bash and Phoenix, you're going to move somewhere more advantageous. Storbeck, I'm going to have you tag in, because Hippie's not going to be able to keep them at bay. Leth just got shot by one of the heavy blasters. because they ran out of valid targets. Let me back up for all my shooters. And then I think what I'm going to do is turn all of this off and draw these mechanoids much further into the kill box. Because I'm going to slug them. So everything's getting turned off. My shooters are going to return to the front. And my brawlers are going to stay put. All right, Hippie, the Berserk. Storbeck gets to shoot these guys. Here, keep that door open. I'm going to back up a little bit so I'm out of range. All right, so here is the power of the uranium slugs, which I was reserving for when I felt like I really needed it. There's a lot of big centipedes rocking their way in. And then another thing I could do, which is why Raptor's still here, is periodically drop Berserk bombs. Because these centipedes back here are really wounded. I think I'm going to try to get Phoenix and Bash to help with those centipedes that got, for lack of a better term, stranded. But now they're going to be against Storbeck, so... Actually, Storbeck, close that door if you can. Alright. Our shield belts are back up, though. And then... This is a plasteel mini turret that died. Let me turn on this plasteel mini turret, giving these guys a valid target. Because Bash and Phoenix are coming back in. Now, in terms of shot, let's get the autocannons up now. Because there's a lot of large targets here. And then Raptor, I think what I'm going to do for you is switch to the L-Tech Staff and the L-Tech Skull Cap. Trying to get you to be able to berserk more, because this is a lot of gunfire to be able to defend from. You guys back up. We are going to drop another berserk on this one. Storbeck gets shooting. Cool. Oh, we have more fire. I don't like that. I thought, okay, it's dead. I thought I got rid of all the flame, but I guess there's one more flame bringing up in the back. Okay, so now we are going to kill these two with those four. Darn, right as I tried to turn that off. The dead power broke, so that's why it got forced on. Raptor's almost gear swapped, and that will allow him to Psycast a little bit more. He doesn't have a ton of Psy Focus left. There is a possibility of wanting to do Go Juice. But it takes a while to take off a Cataphract helmet. Okay. You inject Go Juice and return to the front. Because this is a lot of mechanoids. And some of them seem lost, like they are about to do something terrible for a lack of valid targets. I don't know where they're going, but I don't like it. Okay, you guys finish that up. Storbeck, Hippie. Now I'm going to change schedules to stay fortified. Gabe, rearm. Leth, rearm. JD, rearm. The uranium slugs are going to run out of uranium sooner than other things because they've been shooting longer and they do require barrel durability early. Raptor should be on his way. Storbeck and Hippie. You guys are actually going to relax. Phoenix and Bash, you guys come over here. JD, that's a hell of a place to eat. Haul that inside. And Leth, you're going to do the same. The uranium slug turrets are absolutely shredding these centipedes. I mean, that's more or less what they were for. Raptor, rather, hit the Go Juice. I do have this one centipede that I probably want to get killed first. Yeah, it's trying to... It missed horribly. Oh, that door should not have been forced open. I think the turrets are going to finish this up fast enough that I'm going to use my side casting for water skip. So I don't have so many repairs to make, because we're down to just a few mechanoids now. So Phoenix and Bash, yeah, you could do that. That's reckless, but you could do that. Go eat. They were scared. They were like, oh, let's go walk into the... Yep, nope. All right. There's only one left. Okay, sweet. That is done. People get to take a quick breather, and I will want to rearm as much as I can and repair as fast as I can. So in terms of construction skill, yeah, JD's still at 2. Good. I might even leave Raptor in side casting gear. I'll throw on the helmet if I think I need the helmet, but I'd rather have the side casting gear by default. Okay. A lot of mechanoids to break down, so I'm going to turn on the machining table and get that, get that corpse before. So the slug turrets have been rearmed. My uranium... Are we fully rearmed? Okay, no, we have one left. Storeback is getting it now. Okay, so they're fully rearmed, and I have 389 uranium left. I think what I'm going to do, seeing that my uranium count is low-ish, is move my deep drills over to this area here. And then we should be able to more quickly replenish our uranium. In terms of scheduling, okay, in terms of assignments, I should say, everybody's going to get tended meds so we recover as fast as we can. I don't want any downtime if I can help it. Bash is already fully healed. And we have dealt with now, if you take a look at the last 30 days, a double raid of centipedes. So I guess 19 centipedes. And then we have 5 lancers, 2 pikemen, 3 pikemen. I was very lucky as to not get too many scythers. Scythers is definitely the weakness of my defenses. Brawlers, you know, because the shooters, although capable of destroying turrets, don't do it all that fast, whereas the scythers shred turrets. They are little shredders. All right, so Raptor's going to sit and get his side focus back. I think that is most important. And with the LTEC staff and the LTEC's helmet, he'll be able to do it pretty quickly. Everybody is resting right now. Leth was shot in the shoulder by one of these heavy burst centipedes. And as you can see, Storbeck is now working on rearming. So you'll see my steel. We were at like 13,800. It will definitely drop a bit. I'm going to prevent Phoenix from smoking the smoke leaf joint because I want... oh, damn. Yeah, I'm going to Words of Serenity him. Should have let him smoke the joint. So, I didn't want to let him smoke the joint because, chiefly because I needed him to be productive, and then he immediately decides to binge. Dealing with moods in the endgame raids is just as much a part of the survival as dealing with, you know, attackers themselves. Okay, so JD is replacing plasteel turrets and wall pieces. I might even have Storbeck start to do repairs if he can. Blood rot on Orion has not been a problem. Now, another thing I could lead on here is Psychic Soothe pulsers. If I feel like moods are going to be a problem going here on out. So all the mini turrets are getting rearmed. And then I need to keep an eye on... I need to keep an eye on whether or not we are getting the turrets repaired. Because right now we're just building stuff. Okay, Phoenix is up. He needs to get his sword. But if you take a look at his needs, because... you know, he has catharsis. So his food binge obviously lasted a lot shorter. Well, another reason I soothed him is I didn't want to have to spend the time recooking or anything like that. So I feel pretty good about the choices that I made. And I would do it again. Cool. Mr. Storbeck, your side focus is far less important than everyone else's because you don't have good sidecasts. You might get a good sidecast when Orion leaves, but he leaves so close to the end of the reactor raids, I don't think it's going to much matter. All right, let's get rid of this corpse here, as that is been disturbing people. Oh, I'm going to need to fragnate it. Because, yeah, it doesn't have any flammability. Okay, we'll do that. Done. Alright, if we're hauling Reaper, or if we're hauling Mechanoids, that indicates that everything has been rearmed. We've gone down just shy of 2k steel. And a whole bunch of uranium. But I have more uranium than I thought. I have 460. I thought it was a little bit lower than that, but I guess not. Oh, Gabe, you should not be conscripted. Sorry. And I think at this point, I am also going to turn off these. I'm going to have my guys focus entirely on defense, repair, and not cooking. Or not growing, rather. So here Bash is now repairing, so we know that the turrets are going to be repaired soon. We did lose some of this wall, so we'll get that back up around the reactor. In fact, let's, this A should be home zoned. And B, let's fix that reactor. So when the turret blew up, it took out, you know, some of the reactor protection. I'm glad that the protection was there, but I still don't think that the reactor would have been destroyed. And Randy is giving me a little bit of recovery time. Which is good, because I did lose a whole lot of... Oh, that's not in home zone either. I did lose... a whole bunch of stuff. Everything got damaged and walls need to be fixed. Turrets need to be rearmed. The work frenzy, it's too bad that Raptor's psi focus is low, because a work frenzy would have been really good for him to be researching in the time, but I do think that the psi focus is more important than the work frenzy. Get your psi focus up first and foremost. Alright, so the walls are getting repaired. And I'll do a quick survey of turrets to make sure that none are brink of death. We still have one uranium turret. Okay, all of the mini turrets in the kill box area are full repair. All the autocannons are. So there's a few autocannons in back that are not repaired, but more or less everything got repaired, so we're looking good. And we have another mech raid. Oh god, that's a big mech raid. Okay, it's all Scythers, and I have a plan for this. I am going to... I'm gonna nuke them. I'm going to absolutely, positively nuke the heck out of them. Because my base cannot take that many Scythers. So I'm going to caravan JD and Hippie, because I know I'm not even sure that Tomb's Doomsday launchers are going to be enough. I think it should, but you never know. Equip. And equip. And then all the other shooters here, even you, Leth, going to wake up and rally. We're going to have them load up their rifles. Phoenix, I'm going to add you to caravan. And I'm going to try to haul the rest of the Dooms away. So here comes the Super Swarm. One of the things I wanted to do is to have Hippie Berserk as well, to slow them down from moving around. Remove from caravan and haul. So we're going to bring the... I'll leave 2 here, just in case I need 4. But I'm going to bring the other ones home. There's also anti-grain warheads, but I didn't want to use those. We'll use those in a pinch. Doomsday launchers are very weak against things like centipedes, and especially Reapers with shields, because they're highly, highly, highly resistant. But against Scythers, Doomsday launchers are actually pretty decent. Alright, so Phoenix is bringing some of the ones that I don't need to bring to bear home. Another thing to note is that these Doomsday launchers are going to need to lead a bit. Oh, animatry. Hold on. I'm going to wait a second. I don't want to nuke the animatry for a mood penalty. Alright. So there's a big splash. JD, jump. What are you not jumping for? Jump! The recovery time of the Doomsday launcher is a long time. Actually shoot here. Sorry, JD. I got you sliced a bit. You're okay, though. Oh, your eye's not okay. A little bit of a mangled eye. And that'd be a lot worse if you didn't have a helmet. Well, I'll send you home to start to fix that eye. And Hippie is going to skip. All right, looks to me like we have hurt a bunch of the Scythers, but they're still up and running and as more or less as dangerous as they've always been. I think the plan here is this. Hippie get back to the Doomsday Launchers. Storbeck and Leth start luring them away, and Bash close the front door. I don't want them to come into the kill box because they're going to do a heck of a lot of damage, more than I want to repair. So the plan is now to flee from the mechs while Gabe and Hippie get more Doomsday Launchers ready. Storbeck and Leth are going to lure them away. As long as I have valid targets out and available for the Scythers to fight towards, they shouldn't annihilate my defenses. So these guys move at... Well, this is a bad example because you're damaged. They move at 4-7, which is just slightly faster, or slightly slower than my maximum move speed. So I'm going to have Storbeck... I guess Leth is faster because of Fibrous Mechanites. But I'm just going to have them run. Gabe... add a caravan and load your weapon. And then my Doomsday Launchers are going to try to catch up to the rest of the Scythers. Okay, so JD, I am going to send you to the hospital, and Raptor is going to tend you. There is also the possibility of Hippie using more Berserks, or alternatively Raptor using Berserks as well. Oh, they broke a door. It's still airlocked, so the broken door is not that much of a problem. I'm going to purposefully turn on one of these steel turrets because it looks like it's going to get damaged anyway, so I might as well sacrifice it. And it was far enough away purposefully from the ID traps not to chain. All right. I think what I'll do is actually send Hippie and JD northbound to be valid targets on the other side of the map. And JD gets healed, and then I'm going to have him make his own eyeball. I don't like the fact that these guys are like in my walls, and because I don't have a lot of valid targets close enough, they are picking me as a target. They're definitely messing with me. Oh, Phoenix unfortunately went through a door. I should have kept a closer eye on him, make sure he didn't do that. All right, Hippie and JD will be, or not, Gabe will be out there as valid targets soon. And Storbeck, skip and get into cover. So now these guys are valid targets and should hopefully soon be attracting the Scythers. I don't want them to destroy my my turrets here, but it looks like that might happen whether I want it to or not, so I'm going to turn these all on. A small sacrifice to be made to the Scyther God. And then Raptor, if you are Psi-focused up, let's get you over where you can Berserk effectively. I don't know if turning them off is going to matter because these Scythers here seem to be aggro no matter what I do. I'm going to switch weapons, though. It doesn't seem like they're grouped up enough to bother using strong weapons. And then whatever happened to the southwest? Okay, they all turned around. So Storbeck and Leth go heading to help. And then I'm also going to hit the Psychic Soother to help mitigate moods. I'm a little worried about this door being taken out. It was. Still, it's airlocked. But it's not a spot that I want Scythers congregating, which is the issue. This eventually will be a plastil door. Okay, so Gabe and Hippie are hopefully, now that there's really no valid targets for these Scythers to mess with, they're going to be drawn over to Hippie and Gabe, where they're going to get shot and destroyed. And we have backup coming. Because I think, yeah, it looks to me like all of these Scythers are now, and I'm not going to bother rebuilding those. All of these Scythers are now heading northbound. All I need is to put one more turret here, and I'll draw from here to do it. I'll put it one turret there and dead power. Okay, so now it's a shooter fight where we are going to use Psycast to slow them down and just to lure and shoot. It's going to be a long fight, which is why I use the Soother, and I have a lot of backup. Now, there is a lot congregated here, but short of like shelling, which I'm not about to do, I don't think the congregated mechs are going to be easy for me to take out. I also have to remember that Raptor here is not a melee anymore. All right, so they're all jammed up here. They are slicing some things like lights. Actually, I could turn off the lights to make them not valid targets. Because lights are valid targets, odd as that sounds. And fight one another. I'm trying to set it up so that I don't have to kite often. I don't have to retreat. I can just keep fighting. But as you can see, I'm getting swarmed. Skip, skip, skip. There we go. All right, keep moving. Trying to get them to fight each other and filter in it towards me. Man. A part of me feels like there's a huge opportunity here to do an enormous amount of damage. But if I anti-grain there, because there's there's so many IED traps. You know what? I'm just going to do it. So high explosive shells in here. This is going to absolutely annihilate my own defenses, but I do think it's worth it because there's so many enemies stacked in one giant stack where it is an opportunity hard to ignore. So JD is going to go for that. Trying to use the stack of IDs to super explode. All right, Hippie, do you have berserks? No, you don't have berserks left, and Raptor doesn't either. All right, let's keep running. And JD, Godspeed, man. Firing at my own defenses don't feel good, but if it hits, it's gonna be glorious. Nope. All right, hop on another turret. Don't rearm that one. I don't know how long they're going to be stuck here, so I want to, you know, take the opportunity to do it. All right, I'll look at it in just a sec. Splitting my attention. Oh, it hit, but didn't trigger the traps. Because the IG traps are now at half. Okay, one more. But I do need to continually check back up here to make sure that, it looks like that fight is going well. Phoenix is bleeding, but, like, not seriously. That was a ridiculous miss. I think maybe because the force target was something that was moving around, I'm not sure. And keep loading up. Well, unfortunately for you all, I think the conclusion to this Scyther fight, it's almost as if Randy listened to me and I was like, I'm weakest against Scythers. So he was like, here, have, I don't even know how many Scythers he said, have 60 Scythers or something like that. Whatever the case may be, we'll pick this up next episode. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode. Farewell.